Hello friends, myself Harisankar Prasad Tonde and I am Assistant Professor and Head in the Department of Computer Science, University Teaching Department, Sant Gahira Guru University, Sarguja Ambikapur. In today's class, we are going to discuss regarding BC Final Years Computer System Architecture subject, and in this particular paper, we are going to discuss unit number 3, which is of CPU organization, and the topic is motherboard. So students, we are going to start the new topic, that is motherboard. And as you all know, motherboard plays an important role in any working of computer system. Why? Because this particular motherboard is having the control of all the particular peripheral parts which is available within the particular computer system. So it plays a very important role. And in this particular motherboard, various types of data boards are there, various types of chips are there, various types of slots are there, semiconductors are there, various types of interfacing ports are available, and all these things we are going to discuss in our today's class. So let's start with the computer motherboard topic. Motherboard. The main printed circuit board in a computer is known as the motherboard. Other name for this central computer unit are system board, main board, or printed wire board. The other names of motherboards are, write it. First one is system board, second one is main board, or third one is the printed wired board. So this is the other names of the motherboard. The motherboard is sometimes shortened to MOBO. Sometimes we are also called it as MOBO. Numerous major components crucial for the functioning of the computer are attached to the motherboard. So students, let's start. The type of motherboard installed in the PC has a great effect on a computer's system speed and expansion capabilities. So as you all know, nowadays what happens, each and every type of companies are providing their own motherboard within the fabrication of the particular computer system. So we have to be familiar regarding it. We have to be conscious regarding this. So students, this is the major components of the motherboard, and their functionalities we are going to discuss. So as you all have seen this particular picture, this is a circuit of various types of motherboards within available in the main motherboard. The name mother is used. Why? Because it is comprising all various different circuits within the particular computer system. So that's why the name as motherboard is appeared. So this is the north bridge with the heatsink. This is the south bridge. This is the PCI slot. This is IDE connector. This is DRAM. Here the slot in this DRAM slot is there. This cross 2 means 2 slots of DRAM is going to be inserted here. 20 pin ATX power. This is 20 pin ATX power. This is 20 pin ATX power connector, and this is the CPU fan and heatsink mounting points. This is the CPU socket, and these are the connectors for integrated various types of peripheral parts. This is the CMOS backup battery, and this is the PCI slot, which is very important. So students, these are the various components which are fabricated inside the motherboard. So let's start the particular topic. So in this particular picture, it is another pictorial representation of the motherboard. This is in the very easier fashion. This is a diagrammatical pictorial representation, and earlier was the physical representation of any computer's motherboard. So here this is the north bridge board. This is the central processing unit. These are memory slots. This is the memory buses. These are PCI buses. This is onboard graphics controller. This is the south bridge. This is the super input output. This is the flash ROM. These are the PCs. These are the graphics card slots. High speed graphics buses are there. So these are various parts which we are going to discuss in today's class. So let's start the class. Introduction to the motherboard. A motherboard is an electronic circuit board in a computer which interconnects hardware devices attached to it, which is to say all the system hardwares, all At a time minimum, it includes one or more central processing units, and the main processing activity of the computer takes place on it. As we all know, we are in today's world, we are going to use parallel processors. Even various types of VLSI, MLSI, RISC types of circuits are available, with the help of which the processing capability of the particular computer system is very high. So in the motherboard itself, all those particular slots are available through which the processor is going to work within. So this is the another figure of the particular motherboard, and in this particular figure various types of components are seen very familiarly, and you all know these are the particular various types of CMOS batteries. These are the various particular, these are the slots, these are the various slides, and these are the various types of this is particular batteries available. These are the various daughter board circuits. These are the various slots. So in this way various types of things are available within the particular motherboard, which we have already discussed in our class. So let's start. The first part is PS2. PS2, what is the meaning of PS2 is the various types of connectors. As we all know, earlier days what happens, the motherboard the keyboard and the mouse are of PS2 type. So this is the particular connector of the PS2 types, and in today's computer also some mouses are in the form of USB and some are in the form of PS2. PS2 ports were for connecting peripherals such as your mouse, keyboard to the computer, but are now outdated. PS2 based mouse and keyboards have now been replaced with the USB ports as the popular standard. This trend for USB over PS2 started in particular year 2004. So this is the particular slots which is available for inserting the mouse and the particular keyboard through PS2 switch. So next is the RJ45. This is very important. Why? Because whenever you are going to interconnect a particular modem or particular switch or hub in the motherboard, then such type of things is required. Wired Ethernet connection looks like a bigger telephone oblique modem jack. The cable itself is referred to by its category called C85, and basic type is UTP, unshielded twisted pair. So this is the particular figure of this. Inside this various types of fabricated wires are available, which are in the form of some ribbons, and blue color, red color, white color, such type of wires are available, and which is fabricated with the RJ45 pin. Next figure shows us the universal serial bus. This is very important. USB or universal serial bus is a connectivity specification currently at version 3 V3. They are very common today, connecting flash drives and many peripheral. Modern desktop systems have suit 4 to 8 on the back of the computer and at least 2 on the front part. So this is the particular universal serial bus, which we call it as USB. As in today's world, only USB sockets are going to be used, either in the smartphones, either in the laptops, either in the all types of electronic gadgets. In the personal computers too, this USB is going to be used. So students, this is very useful to you, and these are the various pictures. Nowadays your USBs are coming. These are the various type A and type B are the two various types through which the various USBs are appearing for various types of devices which are attached to the motherboard. Now the third one is the computer bus. What is a computer bus? A computer bus carries data from one device to another. It's more like an electricity bus than the vehicle. In terms of vehicles, the computer bus would be the road being traveled with the vehicles on the road being the data. Means in this computer bus, the whole data is going to be transferred from one part to another part. So this is in short discussion. So next we are going to discuss is the serials. What are the various types of serials? An outdated piece of technology, serial ports were most often used to connect the mouse and keyboard. So this is the particular connector. Most personal computers stopped relying on serial ports and were replaced by PS2 and or USB ports. So this is the very earlier part of connectors, and nowadays it is being replaced with the USB ports. Next topic is the parallel ports are nothing but it is used to connect other peripherals such as joysticks and more commonly printers. So this is the particular parallel ports. Similar to the serial port, this technology is slowly being pushed out in favor of USB. Parallel ports can still be found in many motherboards today's. So students, you have to be familiar that nowadays we are going to use Wi-Fi connections. So nowadays Wi-Fi mouse are there, Wi-Fi printers are there, Wi-Fi connections are going to be stabilized. So it is going to be replaced by, means Wi-Fi connections are replaced with the help of this particular PS2s and USB ports. So it is very familiar and very easier to work with the particular Wi-Fi connections. So next one is the VGA card. VGA means video graphics adapter. Connector is a connector which is used to connect a monitor or other video equipments. The same connector is sometimes used for high definition televisions and is sometimes called an RGB connector. So students, this is very useful. When you are going to connect it with the monitor, then only the data is going to be appeared on the screen. So this is the modem part. This is the figure of the modem. As you all know, broadband, baseband, nowadays Wi-Fi modems are there. So you have to be familiar regarding this. For many years, the telephone or voice band modem was the primary. Modem means, short form of modem is modulation and demodulation, as we all know this. Was the primary means of connecting desktop and laptop personal computers to the internet. Modems have not gone away, as broadband connections are not available in all areas. A standard telephone modem uses your existing analog telephone lines at a speed of 56 kbps. It is very earlier one. Nowadays it will be up to 2 Mbps, 4 Mbps, 100 Mbps, 200 Mbps, 500 Mbps, whatever is the type of the speed which is going to be provided by the telephone companies. So that depends upon that, and Wi-Fi modems are nowadays available which is having very high speed. So students, in bulk of computers, bulk of smartphones are going to be connected with the Wi-Fi modems, as it is having some towers, and all the computers or smartphones coming in the range of the particular Wi-Fi modems, it is going to be interconnected. Our next slide is graphics card. This is very important, students. Why? Because graphics card are also called video cards or a video adapter. They are in all personal computers but may be integrated on the motherboard. Graphic cards generate output images that can be displayed on the monitor. Definitely it is having a card which is used for generating output on the motherboard. While many graphic cards are built into the motherboard these days, enthusiasts will invest to stand alone graphic cards with more powerful processing capabilities. This allows for heavy image editing or better rendering and frame rates in computer games. So students, this is all about the graphics card. Now comes the sound card. As we all know, without sound card there is nothing like audios, nothing like sounds which is going to be coming as a output from the computer system. So a sound card, also referred to as an audio card, facilitates the input and output of audio signals to and from a computer under the control of computer programs. Uses of a sound card include the audio components for multimedia applications such as games, video, audio editing software, and music composition. Most computers today have some sound capabilities built into the motherboard, while others require additional expansion cards. So this is all about the sound card. So next one is the network interface card. In short, we say it as NIC, and it is used for the networking purposes for connection of various types of computers. Until or unless in earlier days you don't have NIC cards, you don't have any type of internet facility or network facility within your computer. So it is very important. Network interface card, also called a network card, network adapter or LAN adapter, is a piece of computer hardware designed to allow computers to communicate over a computer network used for remote communication via capable of data transmission over a cable network. The NIC connects computers to the internet and other devices such as printers. Many modern motherboards have NICs built in by default. So nowadays the NICs are available built in with the motherboards, and you need not have any external type of expansion circuit on your computer system. So this is the important thing regarding the network interface. And remember one thing, without NIC card your system is not going to connect with the internet. So this is very important to know. So students, thank you so very much. This is all from my side in today's class regarding motherboard. I hope it is very useful to you, and thank you for watching my video carefully and listening my words carefully. It is very important, and I am very glad to make videos for BCA final year students, and I hope this will be very useful to you students. Be watch. Thank you so very much.